Good morning, everyone. It's Rose Coleman coming to you live from my craft room here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. It is Monday, September 23rd. We're just like flying through September here. How are you? How was your weekend? I hope you had a chance to do something relaxing. Maybe you did some stamping. Maybe you made some cards. Maybe you did a little scrapbooking. Excuse me, perhaps some scrapbooking. We had a great weekend as a family. We spent some time together. Our daughter had a little get together. I went to see a good friend that I haven't seen in a very long time to celebrate her birthday. That was fun. And last night, to top the weekend off, the best thing of all, my husband and I got a chance to go to see Come From Away, which is a Broadway show that was showing here at the Jubilee. Hi, everybody that's joining me. Hi, Wendy. Here in Calgary, we went to see Come From Away, and that's a Broadway show that is about the 9/11 disaster. But what it's about is what happened in Gander, Newfoundland, which is our home province. My husband and I are both from Newfoundland, and 38 planes had to land at the Gander airport, and they were there for I think it was 5 days, from September 11th I think till the 15th or 16th before they got to leave. And it was just such an amazing show. I'm so happy we took the time last night and went to see it. Come From Away was fabulous. Yes, Maureen. We enjoyed every single minute of it. You know, it was one of those things that you could laugh, you could cry, you could relate, you could remember. It was just all of the things. I'm so happy we went. So that was our weekend. So now it's time to kick off a new week. I have a new bundle I want to feature, and today we're going to do a beautiful message of community. Absolutely. And it just made my husband and I always reminds us of why we love being Newfoundlanders. And, it was just a blessing that those 38 planes got to land in our province and to be with those amazing people from Newfoundland who, yes, it makes us proud to be Newfoundlander by watching that show and getting reminded of all of the things that, the good things, right? The people bring out their hearts, and they just could not do enough for those people. And I'm sure lasting memories, lasting good feelings for those people that were there. 7,000 people. The population more than doubled in that community, and everyone pulled out all the stops to help those people. So it's warm, fuzzy feelings on a Monday morning. Hello, Penny. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me. Today, we're going to the GDP, the Global Design Project Challenge, which I'd love to join you with on... Finally found me, Sharon. Yes, you did. I am here. Thank you for finding me. The Global Design Project Challenge for today, hashtag GDP464. We are casing the designer, Anne Alexander. Anne Alexander is a fellow design team member, and I love all of her cards. I mean, those ladies on that design team, they are amazing, and Anne is no different. Her card is beautiful, and I've printed off the graphic to show you when I flip the camera here. We're going to case Anne's card with my bundle of the week, which is going to be, drum roll, Autumn Expressions. Oh my goodness, Autumn Expressions is amazing. It is in the suite called Splendid Autumn, but don't try to order the suite because there's something missing. I think it's the wild wheat ribbon is missing. So you won't be able to order the entire suite right yet, but you can order my bundle, okay? This bundle of the week, so then you can qualify for all of my cards of the week. And as soon as I'm done the video, those of you who ordered by midnight last night, thank you all. And those of you who ordered more than $60, you are going to get my card kits from last week, which were using the More Than Autumn bundle, right? Because I like to feature a new bundle, a new product every week so that I can give you the paper. That's what it is. Okay. Thank you, Joy. It wasn't the ribbon. I think the ribbon is low inventory, but the paper is not available. But when you order the bundle, you're going to get, I'm going to use the paper this week. I'm going to show you because this is my week to do it. and I'm going to show it to you, and you're going to get the pieces from me. So don't worry, if you live in Canada and you want to get these card kits, you're going to get the designer series paper. I always send you the paper, right? And there we go. Hi, Marie. Thank you so much. Yes, Marie is replying to Joy. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. All right, so let's flip the camera and get started. I can't wait to share this card with you. There's so many fun elements of this Autumn Expressions bundle. Here we go. We're going to flip. Good morning, everyone. Oh, that's not a flip. Let's try this again. Flip. Woo. Sometimes it takes a little while. Okay, so we have a new code this week. We're starting off September 23rd, which is today. Goes till Sunday, like my usual weekly code. There it is there, ASP 7B9YG. Here is what we're going to start off with this week. We're going to start off with Casing the Designer, Anne Alexander. Now, Anne's card, let me close it up here, show it close up. She's got the butterflies going on here, beautiful perennial lavender paper. She's used a perennial lavender in the background. Her card is absolutely stunning. So when you case the designer, you look at the card and you pull out whatever it is you're loving, whatever you're inspired by, right? So it can be anything. It can be the layout, it can be the colors, it could be the butterflies, it could be the leaves, anything at all. There's no judgment. It's totally your call. So what I was really struck with Anne's card is I love how she put she balanced out her elements here with the butterflies, right? So she's got them kind of, in my opinion, they're like going in kind of like a clockwise motion around the card. So I was really, that's what spoke to my heart. So we're going to go with that. All right. So my bundle of the week is, let me bring it in and show you. My bundle is Autumn Expressions. It's 164056. It's $70, but you're going to have some amazing, amazing stamps. I love the fonts that they've used here. Beautiful cursive. So amazing. Change can be beautiful. Grateful for you. Have a perfectly lovely day. So this one up here too. May the beauty of the season fill your heart with joy. Perfect for the Thanksgiving season coming up. Change is beautiful. You've got this. You've got this, right? So if someone's going through something, a change, you've got this, dear friend. And I love the wheatgrass, love the leaf, and the wood slice. So let's take a look at the dies. Oh my goodness. Oh, we're going to use some paper. I'll show you the paper in a sec. Set of 8 dies. Look at this one. I've never seen a die like this before. We're going to play with this one today. We've got the chain, and we've got a little steel. You can cut this. We're going to use foil, gold foil today. You can cut these pieces out. We got leaves here, and we've got these 3 here coordinate with the stamped images. And this is the star of the show, this frame. I mean, I'm a scrapbooker, and I cannot wait to use this on a scrapbook page. Totally excited. Maybe even this week. Who knows? Okay, so the paper, I don't want you to worry. It's coming back. I can't remember the date, but it's not too long, you guys. Splendid Autumn. And I've got some here. And I don't think it's in an organized pattern, but I'll try, okay? So we've got 12 different patterns, and you get 4 of each. So 48 sheets. So there's look at the path going through the beautiful colored leaves. Oh my gosh. And then the back side has solid colors. Okay, so I'll go through these quickly. I do like to buy these clips from Dollarama and organize my patterns, but I think I may have got a couple of packages going on here. All right, so we'll see if we can get this organized. So this one here, look at that, a beautiful fall background. Now it looks similar to this one, but it's different, right? It's still a path, but it's like a different perspective. And the flip side is different. You can see wild wheat here. Okay, so there's that one. Then we've got another pattern here with it's taken at a different angle through the long grass, and then the background that looks like a little bit of balmy blue maybe. So I'll show you one side and then we'll flip. There we've got another one with the path on this side over here in that gorgeous sky. The back side has our blues. Okay, then we've got this one here with the reds at the bottom here and another gorgeous sky and the background. There's some moody mauve showing through here. All right, and then we've got this pattern here, which is like There we go. It's like a beautiful path with the red trees, red leaves. And the flip side of that one has Cajun craze and some cherry cobbler, a lot of different blending of colors. I love it. Look at this one. These are like little daisies. Oh, I'm not really sure of the names of the flowers, but really, really gorgeous images. And there's that one again. Now, I think that's the same. Yes, this is the same pattern. So let's put those together. Try to keep it straight here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And what else do we have? We have, let's find, I've got some of them clipped together because I was doing a card class. So I was trying to organize so that I had enough. Oh, look at this one, you guys. It's got the pumpkins in the field down here at the bottom. So amazing. And the flip side, whoops, the flip side of that one has our Cajun craze on the back. Love it. There's a pattern. Okay, let's see. This one goes, I'm trying to keep them all straight so I can get it organized for you. Oh, check out these like purple shade on these daisies. So beautiful. And then the background, keep doing that. The background of that one, let's organize. Okay, the background of that one has, look at that. It's like Highland Heather. Oh, I love it. All right, and we've seen this pattern before. Just gonna put that. These ones I've shown you. Did we see this one? No, I don't think we have seen this pattern right here. There's the field. It's got the blues. Sometimes I like to organize my paper and then flip it over because it may be, yeah, we did look at that one. When I flip them over, it's easier to look on the back side because sometimes when you do it like this, they kind of, it's hard to determine which one's which, right? Because they're similar, but yet different. But when we flip them over, I love the fact that we have solid colors on the back side, right? So there's our wild wheat. And look at that gorgeous fall scene with the different colors of leaves. Let's see. This pattern is right here. And then we've got the tall trees, tall grass. Okay, I think that's all of them. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know. I'm missing. Oh, yes, the sunflowers. Okay, here we go. I use this one for card club. That's why it's over there. Clip it together. Look at this one. I think this might be one of my favorites. The sunflowers, and the backside of that one has, again, some wild wheat going on here. And last but not least, we have this panel right here with the beautiful purple sky. Look at that. Beautiful sunset. And then Cajun craze on the back. Okay, so let me just do a little flip here. Might have to do this in 2 stages. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let me just flip these over and you can see. So if you're ever wondering which patterns go with which, flip them over and then you can organize your solid colors. If you struggle with like, I don't know. And then look at all these colors. Like they have such an array of colors in this paper. You're going to be covered for, you know, a lot of different crafting, right? I love that Stampin' Up! Does this. Like one side is definitely the trees and the other sides are your nice solid colors with a subtle pattern. So thank you for bearing with me. I wanted to show that to you because I think it's important to see the beautiful colors and the different designs. Now we're going to play today with this piece right here. So I'm going to send this to you in your kit. When you order with me using this code at the top of your screen, you're going to get all the pieces, right? So we're going to play with a mossy meadow background. I thought I'd pull in the greens here. So we're going to case, if you're just joining me, we're casing Anne Alexander today. So I'm going to use this mossy meadow and let me grab my paper trimmer here. We're going to cut at 5.5. Our typical card base, 5.5 by 8.5, and I'm going to score it at 4.25. All right, there we go. I'll keep my other piece for later for another card. Then what I have is a piece of Mossy Meadow. And this piece is measuring 4 by 5 1/4. And we're going to do some stamping on here. So we've got tone on tone with the cardstock. And then we're going to do a little bit of stamping with the leaf from the stamp set. So let me show you what stamp I'm going to be using. This leaf right here. We're going to do a little bit of background stamping on the Mossy Meadow using Early Espresso. So we're going to do like a little bit of a dark background. And we're just going to randomly, just like leaves, and when they're falling, right, they fall in all different directions, and you want to get them going upside down and right side up and sideways, and just kind of cover that background cardstock. All right, maybe another one right there and another one coming down from the top. Okay, so there's my background. Whoops. And let me grab my chamois cloth and clean up my mess I just made on my glass mat. There we go. Okay, so there's my first layer, tone on tone with that mossy on mossy. So let's bring in my glue and we'll glue that down. It's pretty easy so far, right? Just a little bit of, I could have stamped with Mossy Meadow. I could have stamped with Versamark and gotten more of a lighter shade on the leaf, but I really wanted to have it stand out a little bit more. So that's why I chose Early Espresso with those leaves, okay? And I don't think I burnished my score line, so let's go ahead and do that. I'll burnish, and there we go. So now they'll sit nice and flat. All right, so this piece here, we're gonna bring this piece in, and we're gonna use, sometimes if you have DSP that's busy, now this is not too bad. I mean, that would make a beautiful background of a card. This could be the background itself, right? And just put your greeting up here, punch out, or use a die cut, and you're done, right? So there's lots and lots of ways to use designer series paper, but today I want to mimic Anne's card, and I'm also following along with, like, on the left side of her card, she's got a long kind of piece. So I'm going to cut this 2 inches, and I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to cut it at 5 1/4. So now I have a question. Now I have a decision. Do I want to trim off the bottom? Yes, we'll trim the bottom and leave that sky. So 5 1/4. So that's going to sit over here like that. That's a layer for the front. So you see how you can just use your DSP. You're going to get 3 of these out of a sheet, right? When you cut it 2 inches by 5 1/4. And you can pull in that beautiful pattern, just a little bit of it, right? Okay, so I'm going to put this on my front layer with about 1/4 of an inch border on the left-hand side. All right, happy with that so far. Let's do some die cutting. Okay, so the die cut that I want to use is that amazing one, the amazing die cut. And what I'm referring to, let me grab my dies. We're going to cut this one right here, the big frame. Okay, so I'm going to share with you some cutting tips with that one. And I'm also going to cut the little chain, and we're going to do a leaf and one of these like fern kind of leaves. So we're going to do some cutting. For the frame, I'm actually going to cut 2 of them. I'm going to do an Early Espresso. So I've got some scrap here. Make sure I got it wide enough. Yes. Okay, so we're going to cut out the whole frame because I want to show you how this cuts. So let me just bring my scissors in, and you'll get this big piece as well in your kit, so you can cut out your frame. Now you're going to need the entire bundle, right? You need the bundle, and you need your own ink when you do my card classes every week. I don't do the die cuts, I send you the pieces. And for example, for this piece of Early Espresso, what you will receive is a big piece of Early Espresso, and the corner will be notched out, okay? So when you get a piece of cardstock and you're like, oh, Rose said that in our video, you'll probably be watching the video as you make your cards. That means you need to die cut. This little piece here, we're going to grab a piece of gold, okay? A piece of gold foil is the word. Let's see, do I have a big enough piece? So this one will be a piece like this. So we'll trim. Again, the corner will be snipped off. Okay, so that's my gold. And then for my leaves, I want a crushed curry and a piece of Cajun craze. All right, so crushed curry and Cajun craze. Let me grab those scraps and we can get going. All right, so crushed curry and, sorry, I'm just over getting my pieces. Cajun craze, where are you? That's not Cajun. All right, crushed curry and Cajun craze. All right, I need to trim a piece. Cajun craze. All right. So we're going to cut this ferny type of one using Cajun craze. And then we'll use my crushed curry for this one. You could use any kind of leaf color, right? In the fall, there are leaves every different color. Okay, so now another piece I need is the same size of early espresso. I need in very vanilla. Okay, so let's grab a piece of very vanilla and we'll trim that up. Let's see. I forgot what my measurement was. I don't even think I measured that. 4.5. Okay. 4.5. What did I say this one was? 4.5 by 5 3/4. That should do it. And then I'll show you, you're going to have extras, okay? So you're going to have extras when you cut these. So this is what you will receive. 2 pieces, early espresso and very vanilla. So we're going to put these together, and you guessed it, we're going to cut through both of them at the same time, okay? So I'm going to put them on my machine upside down with the blade pointing up. All right, let's bring in my machine. And good news, the large Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, which I'm using right now, is back in stock. So if you've been waiting for this to come back in stock, here is your public announcement that it is ready, you guys. You can go get your machine now. It's finally back in stock. All right, so I'm going to put the leaves on here. Look at that, that all fits at once here. So we're going to run this through, and let's see. I'm being really bold here on a Monday morning. I'm not using any Post-it tape. I'm banking on the fact that it's going to stay put. Let's see if I'm right. All right, so hold it down. Give it a roll. Do I have the proper layers? Layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, my cardstock and my dies. And, oh, I'm still, see what I did? This is what's happening. It's not going because my little die is sticking out over the edge. Everything has to be lined up so that it hits the wheels, the rollers perfectly. Stay put. All right, let's try again. There we go. Whoop. Those are normal cracking sounds. That means it's doing its job. All right, there we go. Now I only went forward. I didn't go backwards. Let's see if this worked. Okay, I've got a leaf. Crushed curry leaf. Look at that. Look at the detail on that leaf with the vines. Can you guys see that? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I've got another leaf. Let me just, no, it's not going to pop out. All right, that's okay. We'll take my take your pick tool and we will pop it out. Let's pop out that fern type of leaf. Look at that one with the stitches. So nice. And then we've got the gold chain here. What a fun die. Now this one, I'm just going to take my take your pick tool and just kind of give it a little gentle nudge and get those pieces out. There's my gold chain. Love it. All right, let's see what happened here. Did it? Oh, it cut through no problem. So you see how strong this machine is? Like it went through both layers and I just went one direction, right? Whoops. So there's the die I'm talking about. And this is the other piece. Okay, so we've got all our pieces. We can put the machine to rest for a little bit. Okay, so let's take a look. What do we have here? I'm gonna grab my silicone mat so I can get organized. And we have our frame. So don't throw your pieces away because you're gonna wanna use them. So we've got our frame here in both early espresso and very vanilla. Okay, so there's the early espresso. There's the very vanilla frame. Now these frames can be used. There's a score line right here in the middle. See that? You can actually fold them up, and you can fold your tabs down. Like they can be like real frames where you're putting on the front and back. Or what we're going to do today is I'm going to hold on to this for another day, but I want to use my early espresso, and I'm not going to fold it in half. I'm actually going to trim it in half. But first I want to show you something. There's a top and bottom, and they're different size. Okay. So we should have very vanilla, and I'm going to hold these ones for another time as well. Maybe if I put it on the glass mat, you can see better. So we have a frame up here and a frame down bottom. So let me put them back into place. This is how they cut out, like that. There's one, and there's two. So you essentially have two frames. Like if you're going to use this on a card, you can actually take your scissors and snip it in half so you have two frames. Isn't that cool? And these are really big frames. I love it because the stamp set has big greetings, and you're going to be able to use it with both of them, right? So any of these big greetings can be used. And they are cling mount. So that means it's our red rubber, right? So the red rubber is the cling mount of Stampin' Up. So you could stamp on scrap very vanilla and then take your die and lay it over top and run it through the machine. Or you could do as I've done and just stamp later, right? So I'm going to bring in early espresso ink, and I'm going to use the one at the bottom down here because this fits. I'm just hovering over, and it's going to fit on my bottom one. So I'm going to only stamp one of my frames. Okay. So early espresso, tap, 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 and then we'll bring that in and we'll stamp it right over top here. Straight down, straight up, no rocking of your stamps. You don't want to get those edges. And then when you're done, you can lift up, and there it is. Oh, so amazing. Okay, so we've got the stamping done. That's my frame. Now I'm going to bring in my snips, and I'm going to hold on to this one for another time. I'm going to bring in my snips, and I'm going to cut along that center score line. Okay, so I'm just going to cut right there. Extend over and cut this one. Okay, and again, this one will be for another card. And then you're probably thinking, well, how are you going to, like, that's just, you can't sit that inside. Well, you can. So what I'm going to do, I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to straighten this up. Make sure you do your cutting straight. I'm excited, and I think I went a little crooked there. Let me just make sure that's perfect. Okay, let's bring back that silicone mat. We'll take the frame, lay it face down on the silicone mat. Then we'll take our greeting and we'll put that into that recessed, that opening. Let's make sure this is going to be okay. Right, like that. So we're going to flip that down. I learned this tip from the amazing Erica Serwin. I am part of the Rhonda Wade's Creating Success group, and she recently had our online creative convention, and it was last weekend. It was my daughter's birthday, so I didn't get to participate live, but I sure did get to take in the recordings and everything, and I learned these tips from Erica. So we're putting the dimensionals here. So the dimensionals are serving two purposes. They're going to hold this frame in place, and they're also going to be my dimensional to pop this up on my card. I'm going to put one in the middle just to be sure. You could also use some tear tape to do this, but I thought the dimensionals, I'm making them do a little bit of double duty, right? Because they are strong enough to do this. They're going to be holding this into the frame, and they're also going to be my pop-up for my card. So let's get rid of my backings. Okay, so there we go. We're going to put that on the silicone mat, leave it there for a bit. And then we're going to bring that beautiful, beautiful gold chain in. And you could do this in any of our foils, right? You could use the silver if you wanted to. So all I'm going to do is grab my glue and add like a tiny little bit to each bottom here, down here. So easy. I'm going to add that to the top of my little frame. So remember I was mentioning how, you know, because it's cling mount, you can do your stamping and then cutting. I was picturing like photographs of my kids, you know, and actually taking the die and putting it over the photograph and making the inside part. And then my pictures of my kids will actually be ready to go inside these frames. It's going to make, I'm excited to do a scrapbook page with this one. Okay, so let's leave that off to the side for a second. Let's bring back our card base that we had, this one right here. And we've got a couple of leaves right here. Okay, and let's go ahead and put this on. So let's gently pick this up. So it's stuck to the, it's not really stuck, it'll release because the silicone mat is resisting the adhesive, right? So you can pick it up, and we're going to put this right here. So if you're just joining me, I am casing the designer Anne Alexander. So I love how Anne has this long piece on the left, and then I love, as I mentioned in the beginning of my video, I love how she's kind of cascading her butterflies in like a clockwise motion. They seem to be flying clockwise. So I'm going to do the same with my leaves. So let's do that. We'll flip over our leaves. I'm actually going to put my crushed curry leaf down on this corner. So with some liquid glue. So let's just add a little bit of glue right there. Okay, and I'll put that leaf right there. Then I'm just going to add a few little dots of our Tombow glue to this Cajun Craze leaf. And then we're just going to, if you get too much glue on there, you can tap it on your silicone mat and remove the excess glue. And then I'm going to bring that in here, and I'm going to have that little fern leaf kind of cascading that way, like that. Oh my goodness. Oh, I love this. I love the pop of color from the background paper, the leaves in the traditional fall colors. Oh, so pretty. Okay, so let's grab a glue dot because I don't want my chain to just be hanging like that. So I'm going to take a single glue dot. I'm going to place it right behind this chain up here at the top. Press that down. So now that's anchored. And then our embellishments that are in this Splendid Autumn Suite are amazing. One of them, I think this is low inventory right now because Joy confirmed that it's the, Joy and Marie confirmed that it's the paper that's on back order. But this is the Wild Wheat ribbon. Wild Wheat rustic striped ribbon. Look at this. It is amazing. So in your kit, you're going to get a little piece that's tied in a little knot. Easy peasy, just a teeny knot like that. And that glue dot that I put at the top of the chain is actually oozing through, well, it's sticky through the chain. So we're going to use that stickiness to our advantage here. And we're going to attach that to the top of the chain as a little embellishment. And I'll snip like that. And let's snip the other side as well. There. Okay, so just a little touch of wild wheat. And last but not least, oh my goodness, this bundle has these amazing gems. They are called, let me show you the full package here. What are they called? They are called faux glass dots. Yes, faux glass dots. And I've written on my packaging the colors. So you have Cajun Craze, Copper Clay, Mossy Meadow, and Wild Wheat. Now, a full package looks like this. And it has 200 of these amazing, amazing gems. Faux glass dots, right? So we're going to use these dots. And I think I want to bring in the Cajun Craze ones just to add a little more pop of color. So let's add a Cajun Craze, a big one right here, Cajun Craze. And then we'll add one right here. And then we'll add another one down here, like that. Okay, so there's my dots. So amazing. Faux glass. Faux glass. I love it. All right. So now let's look at the inside. So for the inside, we're going to need a piece of Very Vanilla. And that one is a little bit bent. So we'll do a little quick trim and get another piece. All right. Okay. So for the Very Vanilla inside, like my normal sides, I do 4 1/4 by 2 3/4. So let's do that. And you'd have no wastage. You'll get 8 out of a sheet of Very Vanilla. Very vanilla. And then let's bring the stamps in and see what we can stamp on the inside. So the front, we put the leaf and we put the paper. What can we do on the inside? Well, we could do the leaf again, or I'm actually thinking, let's do something with this slice of wood. Oh, and there's that piece. Now, this is the little steel piece. I didn't actually attach it, but you could attach it like that. It's just an extra part of the hanging mechanism, if you will. Okay, so we're going to use the little wood slice. And what about the wheatgrass? A little tip for you: if your cling mount is really stuck to your case, don't pull on it because you may pull the foam off, and you don't want to do that. Take your pick tool and just get underneath it and release that adhesive and pull it up gently. Okay, so be very gentle with your stamps. You don't want to rip them. Okay, let's get these on a block. So there's my little wood slice, and we've got wheatgrass. Okay. And what can we say? Change is beautiful. Change can be beautiful. How about may the beauty of the season fill your heart with joy? Let's see if that fits on my piece here. And again, it's stuck. I mounted these stamps and I haven't moved them for a while. So sometimes you got to give them a little nudge, encourage them to come out to play. And that fits perfectly. Okay, I'm happy with that. So let's do the greeting with early espresso. This is my inside greeting here. So may the beauty of the season fill your heart with joy. Love it. All right, so then we're going to do something with the wood slice and the wheatgrass. So let's grab pecan pie, and we're going to grab wild wheat. Wild wheat. Where's my wild wheat? Where's my wild wheat stamp set or ink pad? Here it is. I had it out. I was ready. I was ready. Okay, so pecan pie, we're going to stamp the slice of wood just on the bottom right there. And I can go off the edge onto my glass mat. No problem. And then we'll bring in, wow, boy, I've made a mess today. My chamois cloth, it was just here. You guys saw me use it. It's a Monday, but we're not losing things. All right, chamois cloth. We're going to use baby wipe. There. And we're going to bring in the wild wheat with the wheat, and we're going to do a little stamp over top like that. Okay, that's good. You can also use your designer series paper if you have scraps and add them to the bottom of this inside piece. There's so many ways to bling up these cards and make them all match. Okay, so this is going on here. And don't forget about your envelope. You can always stamp your envelope, the front corner, the back flap. I have a friend who, every time I get her card, her back flap is always embossed. She runs it through an embossing folder. It's so fun. I love that. Nice little tip. Little accent. All right, there we have it, my friends. So I, again, was inspired by Anne Alexander's card. I love how she added it, like the stripe on the left, and I like to me, her card has movement, right? The clockwise movement. So that's my inspiration for my card today. I'm missing some of your comments here. Gems. Absolutely love this card. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Wendy. I put a small piece of washi tape in the corner of my stamps so they will pull up easy. Yeah, that's a good idea too. Put some washi behind them so they don't stick to the inside of your cover of your case. Gremlins, yeah, Marie, they're here. No, it's okay. It's all good. I'm just super happy that the card turned out so nice. I love, love, love this bundle. So once again, if you're wondering what I'm using, I was playing with Autumn Expression. It's going to be my bundle of the week. Grab it before it sells out. This one is going to be a popular one for Thanksgiving. All your fall cards, your thinking of you cards, and like have a perfectly lovely day. You can use that like any time of the year. And grateful for you, of course, you can use that any time of the year, right? We are all grateful for so many people in our lives. And I'll flip you around. I am grateful for you. I'm grateful for you coming back to join me. I'm grateful for everything you do to support me in my business. So I love, love, love this. And it is so true. Change can be beautiful, right? The changes we see in fall, in the weather, in seasons, it can be beautiful. So whatever season you are in your life, I hope that you find some joy, that you can find some time to yourself to do something creative with your hands. It helps your mind. It takes your mind off things. It helps you get rejuvenated. This is what it does for me. It rejuvenates my soul. It helps me to take my mind off of the world or whatever it is that's going on around us just for a little while. And then you have this beautiful thing that you've created that you can then put in an envelope and send and bring someone else joy when they receive it. How cool is that, right? Thank you for joining me. Thank you for allowing me to share this card with you today. I hope you have a great rest of your Monday, and I hope you'll plan to come back and join me again tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock Mountain Time when I go live with my next card using the Autumn Expressions bundle. Thank you again, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.